hopefully we've actually got the browser on the screen. I'm hoping that the sound's going to come through, otherwise that's going to be fun.
Yeah, I can see your screen. I can see it. It looks like we're live.
Cool. Hopefully we'll get the... Is there supposed to be music on the stream yet? Because I'm not even getting that
No, that's
through
not.
locally. Okay. We'll assume that the sound on the stream works. Otherwise, there'll be some panicked tinkering. So today we're going to play something slightly different, aren't we, Based?
Yeah, we've got a special game today.
A special game that Based has made himself.
Yes. I wasn't really sure what I was trying to create when I was making it, but yeah.
Well, I think the original idea was you wanted to do like kind of one and done D&D style things.
Yeah, like basically I became obsessed with AI after the ChatGPT stuff came out, and all the advances that machine learning is making. And I'm a programmer by trade, so I just started making up. I started thinking of all the different things I could use AI for. So I made a few different things, and then one of the ideas was, I wonder if I can get it to play Dungeons and Dragons with me.
But the non-copyright version.
Yeah. All right. I wonder if I can get it to play some unspecified game of fantasy adventure where you kind of just make up as you go along. So yeah, I kind of ended up making this game and subsequently a YouTube channel as well. Just for playing. We normally play like fantasy adventures. We did one for a samurai a few days ago. We did a pirate last week. Last night was a cult member summoning demons. So yeah, it's like always a different story in each stream, but yeah, it's kind of consistent in other ways. So yeah, I thought it'd be fun for you to play, and I thought it'd be fun to give King George a story.
Yep. So the basic idea is that we play with the AI through the YouTube channel by answering what we want to do next as the main character.
Yeah, there'll be like a segment of story, and then you can choose what the character does. So because of the format of YouTube, because we can't give everybody a character, you have one character that you share, and you all just suggest things that you want to do, and it picks one randomly.
Alright, cool. So what we'll probably do today is I think you and I will be playing, but we'll be taking suggestions from chat. So
yes,
if somebody has a suggestion as to what we can get King
George
if there's anything you want next,
King George to do,
we will try.
Yeah,
within reason. I might bap us for certain things.
Yeah. Oh, and this is also costing me a lot of money, so the quicker I can get to monetization, the better.
Bleach says, will George twerk?
Will George twerk? We can certainly ask him to.
we can ask.
Yeah. So Bleach Demon plays with us often, and he's got an obsession with twerking.
Yeah, he makes
he's always
character twerk.
No matter what the character's doing, they're also twerking while they're doing it.
Yeah. Alright, well, shall we get started?
Alright, shall we just start?
Alright, it says it won't be 48C if there's no twerking.
That's true.
Right, let me just swap screens over.
Alright, so we've got a little bit of a YouTube inception here. You're watching a stream of us watching a stream. So
yes, because I need to put my suggestions in your chat, don't I?
Yes.
Surprised Black isn't here. Black is probably taking out a small mortgage so that he can get his way with what George does next.
Yeah, true.
He'll be here shortly.
Yeah. Bleach Demon says, for some bizarre reason, the AI always picks me when I bring up twerking. It's not actually the AI, it's just totally random. It just collects all the chats from the last 60 seconds and filters them by the ones that are tagged and then picks one randomly. So you're just very, very lucky that you get to twerk so much.
Yep.
Yes. Also, good evening.
Maybe the AI just really likes twerking.
I think it just really, yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's twerking, yeah. Because you did ban it from twerking for a little while by accident.
I did try to ban it, yeah. I wanted it to be a little bit more serious because people were just at the beginning, people were just like running around, twerking at trees, and like at one time, Arden just set himself on fire for some reason, and then it ended the game. Well, it didn't end the game because we cheated, but
I think that's pretty inevitable when you have something that's new and AI run, that people are going to play with it.
After a while, I was like, yeah, people are just going to have fun with this. Why not? Why not just go? Let them have fun.
So we start with a bunch of stats here.
Yeah.
George is a bard. That makes sense. He does kind of sing.
Actually, I can give you an intro. Hold on. Let's get the AI to give you an intro.
Maybe I'm gonna have to move chat a little bit because they do kind of seem to be in the way there. Let's put them there because they'll be seeing what we're typing anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Maureen says she remembers that. It was awesome. Maureen also killed a child yesterday, so.
Oh, I thought that it never used to let us get that violent.
Welcome, traveller, to the grand realm of Whiskerdom. Step into the paws of King George, the cat who rules this land, a bard of boundless charm and quick wits. His coat, a vibrant orange, shines brightly under his regal crown. Cloaked in royal robes, he carries a long sword and a heavy crossbow, his trusted weapons. He keeps himself light, wearing only light armour. His gifts are numerous. He possesses a keen eye, sharp from years of ruling, a proficiency in perception. He is a master of persuasion, able to convince others to his cause with ease. His performance is legendary, his tales and songs echoing in the halls of his palace. His body may be thin, his strength not the greatest, but his dexterity is unmatched. His intelligence, bolstered by his years on the throne, aids him in his role, while his wisdom, gained from his life's experiences, guides his decisions. His resilience is evident in his constitution, but his greatest asset is his charisma, making him a beloved figure in his kingdom. This is King George, the ruler of Whiskerdom. With your guidance, his journey shall commence.
There we go. So there's an intro. I just realised I should have given it cat-like equipment. It doesn't really make sense that he's got a heavy crossbow on him, but you're just gonna have to you're gonna have to do some amount of imagination.
It should have been like, claws, teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have given some better equipment, but we're just gonna have to go with it. You're just gonna have to imagine that George has the space for a long sword and a heavy crossbow, I guess, and some light armor.
He can have whatever he wants.
Yeah. So the idea is we play as George. There will be a story. I don't know what the story is because this one is going to be made up by the AI because I didn't write anything because I couldn't really think of anything. I know it does involve Katnip. It's got something to do with Katnip.
Okay,
but that's pretty much all I know.
That makes sense.
Whatever happens from here on out is not my problem.
Nah, those are the best games, though, I think, where it just, the AI just finds something for us to do.
Yeah. Alright, we'll begin.
Let us begin.
There's sirens.
It's having a think. It's like, what am I going to do with a cat?
We begin in the grand hall of King George's palace, under the soft glow of the evening sun. A council of distinguished cats had gathered around a long table, their eyes wide with worry. The air was thick with tension, the news of the vanished Katnip grove still fresh in their minds. King George, standing tall and noble despite the distressing situation, addressed his council. We must not let this calamity cloud our courage. I've heard whispers of a land beyond the mountains of Meow where wild Katnip grows, ancient and powerful. His words stirred a murmur among the council, their eyes glittering with a mix of dread and hope. The journey to the mountains of Meow and across the Sea of Purr was laden with danger and uncertainty.
Sea of Purr.
It was a quest that had claimed many lives in the old tales. But George was undeterred, his resolve shining in his eyes. He was not just a king but a bard, a warrior at heart. I shall embark on this quest, he declared, to restore balance to Whiskerdom. Your adventure begins now. Do you wish to prepare for your journey or immediately set out? Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Alright, so it's just me and you playing. Normally,
Yeah.
anybody
Although
play.
chat can absolutely give some suggestions if they want. Sharpen My claws. Ready for battle.
Alright. Ask your council who is brave enough to join you.
So now it's gonna pick one.
Yeah, I'll just pick one at random. Hey, I was picked.
Ah.
Based Ape has been chosen. Ask your council who is brave enough to join you. King George scanned his council, meeting each pair of eyes with a determined gaze. This journey is fraught with danger, he began, his voice echoing in the grand hall. I would not ask any of you to risk your lives lightly. But if there is any among you brave enough, I ask you to join me. A tense silence fell over the room. The council members exchanged glances, their ears twitching nervously. Would anyone step forward and join their king on this perilous journey? Roll a d20 to see how persuasive your speech was and who among your council might be swayed to join you.
So all the images, it's generating those as it goes along as well, then?
Yeah, there's image generation sort of on the back end. It does come up with some odd ones sometimes, though. It's not quite perfect yet.
Well, you've not done a very good job at convincing people to come with us.
No, 6 is not very good.
Red Viking says, "Oh, I want to see how Arch and Kib would handle something like this as well." Now, I did speak to
King
Arch
George's
briefly,
words rang out into
and
the silence, there was a
he's
pause.
somewhat interested in having a chat about it. So
the council
hopefully
members'
he might
eyes
have
darted
points
nervously around the
at some
room,
point
their fur
too.
bristling. Eventually, an old tomcat named Whiskifer, who advised the king on matters of war, cleared his throat. I would follow you to the ends of the earth, your majesty, he declared, but I fear my old bones would slow you down. Despite the low dice roll, King George's speech had moved Whiskifer, though the old cat's age and frailty prevented him from joining the quest. It seemed that King George would be embarking on this journey alone, armed with his bravery and determination. The time has come to leave the palace and begin your quest. Will you head straight to the mountains of Meow or prepare your supplies before you leave?
What was it, Bleach? Said sharpen
Tag
claws
at
on the
48
royal
Chronicles in the
scratching
YouTube live
post.
chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
That's a good one. Oh yeah, I forgot you have the loudest keyboard ever.
Yeah. That's on purpose.
Right. Okay. At least I know when you're typing.
You will.
All right. I'm just gonna let that one go through. That seems like a
Sharpen claws
good.
on the royal scratching post.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if Arthur or Kev's wanting to have a chat, that would be cool. Or if they just want to play like this, like I'm kind of in the middle of. I'm thinking about just kind of asking people like, do you want to do like special turns? Because it really can do anything. Like we could have it like.
Discordia
You could have it like in the Star
3052
Wars
have been
universe.
chosen.
We probably get sued or something, but.
Sharpen claws on the
Yeah.
royal scratching post.
You might have to
If
do
you
that
want
as
to,
kind
or
of private.
The Harry Potter universe, or pretty much anything. Like it's really easy to just make up stories.
Before his departure, King George chooses to take a moment to tend to his most natural weapons. He walks over to the royal scratching post, a towering pillar of finely aged wood wrapped in the finest sisal, and begins to sharpen his claws. The familiar sound of his claws against the sisal, a rhythm like an old song, fills the air. It brings comfort amidst the looming uncertainty, a reminder of his strength and resilience.
Oh.
Having sharpened his claws to perfection, King George feels ready to embark on his journey. With the council's worried eyes upon him, he strides towards the castle gates, determination burning in his eyes.
Looks like we're leaving.
As you begin your journey, you can either head directly towards the daunting mountains of Meow or stop by the bustling town of Paulville to gather supplies.
Do we want supplies?
What will your decision be? Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Alright, I've got mine in already.
Call your council a bunch of cowards. Yeah, I'll leave that one.
I can't believe they're too cowardly to come with us.
Bleach says, Monkey, you need to have a supporter stream. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
You do. You need to have a patron stream.
Yeah, we do. I think I've got like.
We can be a bit sillier in the
They're
patron
pretty much
stream.
all here, to be honest with you.
It's true.
It's you, Bleach, and Maureen, pretty much.
But we can be a little sillier in the
Based Ape has been chosen.
supporter stream.
True.
Call your council
That's
a
true,
bunch
yeah.
of cowards and set
Have
off
the
for the
inside
mountains of
jokes
Meow.
going on. I like how George is ginger now.
Yeah,
King George's tail flicks in annoyance, the tension of the past few hours finally boiling over. A fine counsel you are, he snaps, his voice dripping with disdain, afraid to stand by your king in a time of need. The room goes deathly silent, the council members staring at George, their eyes wide with surprise. With that, King George turns on his heel, his robe swishing dramatically as he heads for the castle gates. The council's stunned silence is his only farewell. You've set off on your journey, heading for the daunting mountains of Meow.
That's an
It's a
interesting
long
picture.
walk, and the path is steep and
It's
treacherous.
got
Yeah, I was gonna
6
say,
legs.
especially-
Roll a d20 to
It's
see
giving
how
us
well
a
you navigate your way through the
what
treacherous
cat
mountain
with light
path.
armor and a heavy crossbow and a longsword look like. For Christ's sake, what's wrong with the dice rolls?
The dice gods are over
You rolled
this.
3.
Sorry, I also have to remember there's like a 5-second delay between it showing it to me and it showing it to you, so there might be a little bit of a delay.
You get spoilers.
As
And then
King
you're
George sets
carried
off towards the
further
mountains of
past.
Meow, the journey proves more challenging than expected.
Hello from the future.
The path is steep and littered with loose stones.
I'm gonna turn you off a little bit.
His footing slips more than once, his royal robes catching on the rough rocks. The cold mountain wind cuts through his thin armor, and the journey is slow and tiring. Yet, King George pushes on. He reminds himself of the importance of his mission, the balance of his kingdom resting on his shoulders. Despite the low roll, he manages to climb the rocky paths, his determination unwavering. As the night falls, you find a small cave to rest in. But the howl of wild beasts echoes in the distance. Do you wish to set up a night's watch or take your chances and try to get a good night's sleep? Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Okay. So many things have been good.
So we're having a nap.
Okay, that'll do.
There we go. Oh, okay. Thank you, YouTube.
Hey.
Based Ape has been chosen.
No.
Set up a campfire for the night, fish for some yummies to
You
get through
should
the
said
night.
find a ray of sunlight and stretch.
King George, using his survival instincts, decides to make the best of his situation. With a few dry branches and leaves, he manages to set up a small campfire.
Fish for some yummies.
The flickering flames cast a warm, inviting glow against the cold, stony interior of the cave.
Oh wow, what a picture.
The warmth seeps into his fur, a comforting presence against the chill of the mountain air.
George is
Near the
getting
cave,
stranger
a small
looking by the
mountain stream
second.
gurgles its way down to the valley. George retrieves his fishing line from his pack and heads to the stream. The clear water carries a
I
myriad
think
of
we
fish,
might be
their scales
getting the
sparkling
game
under the
coming through
moonlight.
your microphone.
Roll a
Oh,
little
d20
bit.
to see how successful your fishing attempt is.
Is that better? That should be better.
I'm not sure. It was just a kind of muffled coming through first.
You rolled 5.
Oh my god, what's with these dice rolls?
Harmless Stress
You know
says, "All hail the king."
All hail the king!
The king is on a
Yes.
mission to get his catnip.
Yeah.
With the hook cast into the clear waters of the mountain stream, King George waits patiently, his keen eyes fixed on the bobbing lure. The minutes stretch into what feels like hours, but the fish seem elusive tonight. Perhaps they sense his urgency, his desperation, or maybe it's just not his day. With a roll of 5, King George only manages to catch a single, small fish after a long wait.
Wow.
It's
No,
not much,
damn
but
it.
it's enough to stave off the hunger for the night. He prepares and roasts the fish over the crackling fire, its aroma mingling with the scent of burning wood. Having done what he could to prepare for the night, King George now has the option to either rest by the fire or remain vigilant for any potential threats. What will you choose, King George? Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Bleach wants to throw dynamite into the river. Tazandi wants to sing a shanty.
Yeah. They sing a song.
Shade wants to leap into the river to get a fish. You don't need to tag me, Shade. We can see who's in the chat.
Okay, sing a song called the No Fish Blues. That's Yes.
Based Ape has been chosen. Sing a song called the No Fish Blues.
I like how King George is just now a ginger guy with a cat.
Yeah. I tried to get it to do a brown cat.
King George, with a wry smile on his whiskered face despite his strange circumstances, decides to lighten the mood with a song.
Which is racist.
Yeah.
His natural bardic inclinations come to play as he strums an impromptu tune on his lute, giving voice to the tale of his futile fishing attempt. The moon's high, the night's cold, but my catch, not a sight to behold. In the stream, the fish swam, away from my pan, oh, damn. Now I'm singing the No Fish Blues full. His voice echoes through the mountains, a ballad of the day's hardships, of the journey yet to come, of the catnip that awaits. A sense of calm washes over him as his words weave into the chilly mountain air. As the song comes to an end, you notice a feeling of peace settling over the mountains. Do you choose to take this moment of tranquility to rest, or do you remain alert for the remainder of the night?
We should have an epic
Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Yeah. Let's do an epic Katnip. Then we can go again in the morning.
Yes.
It's actually quite interesting. It's quite interesting to see like how the image generation interprets the story. It's obviously been told about cats and armor and stuff, and it's just sort of merged them together into like what it imagines a cat with armor would be like.
Yeah, so I guess it's using something like Midjourney to
Yeah, something like Midjourney. The one I'm using actually is called Leonardo, and it's supposed to be sort of trained on
Discordia
specifically like
3052
fantasy
has been
adventure
chosen.
this kind of artwork.
Take a look around for predators, and then have the most epic of cat naps.
sometimes it comes up with some interesting ones.
It's really interesting. Also, I noticed we had 6 paws earlier.
Yes, weird.
With the last notes of his song still echoing off the mountain walls, King George decides to take a quick scan of his surroundings before settling down to rest. His eyes, sharp and focused, quickly adapt to the darkness, scanning the nearby bushes and shadows for any signs of movement or danger. Finding no immediate threats, King George decides to take shelter in the cozy warmth of the firelight.
Oh, he's a cat
He
again.
curls up near the dying embers, his tail tucked neatly around him. His eyes slowly close, the events of the day catching up with him. With a successful perception check, you fall into a deep, restful sleep.
Uh-oh, another check.
The mountain winds howl a lullaby, carrying away the strains of the No Fish Blues. But the journey is far from over. The sun will rise, and with it, new challenges and surprises await. Rest well, King George. For tomorrow, you continue your epic journey towards the mythical land known only in whispers and old tales. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Alright, so I guess that's us for tonight.
I guess that's for tonight. Are we asleep, or is it asking us what we do in the morning?
I guess this will be the morning now.
Because I was going to say we dream of mice.
Oh, you can do that, I guess. Dream of catching mice.
We didn't catch any fish. Bleach says, chase tail and have the zoomies. I guess we could do that in the morning.
Discordia 3052 has been chosen. Dream of catching mice.
So yeah, I do quite enjoy this sort of choose your own adventure style aspect of
As
it.
King George drifts off to sleep, his mind drifts
Yeah,
into
you
the realm
can kind of
dreams.
nudge it in certain directions as well, can't
He
you?
finds himself back in the fields
Yeah,
of his
you can
kingdom,
nudge it,
where the
but
grass
pretty
is
much
always
just
green
does it
and the sky
once.
a never-ending blue. Mice scurry around in the tall grass, completely oblivious to the orange predator watching them with gleaming eyes.
He's just
George,
orange now.
agile and swift, pounces on them, his claws extended. One by one, the mice fall prey to his hunting prowess, a stark contrast to his earlier fishing attempt. The dream brings a smile to George's face, a small comfort in the harsh reality of his journey.
Yeah, I can remember stuff from...
It's a simple reminder of the joys of his past, a beacon of hope amidst his current trials. As the dawn breaks, you awaken from your dream, feeling refreshed and ready to continue your journey. Will you continue your ascent up the mountains of Meow or explore the nearby woods for any resources? Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
So how far back does it actually remember then?
Sorry?
How far back does it actually remember?
Hold on, wait until I finish typing. Try catching more fish with your claws for the journey and set off through the mountains. There we go. So the way that we sort of the way that ChatGPT works in these kind of GPT systems,
Discordia
and that basically just feed it the entire transcript so far for every request. The problem with this is that eventually it runs out of there's like a maximum amount you can send. So at a certain point, I think around, if you get about 80 messages in, it will start to complain.
King George, still feeling quite playful from his dream, suddenly gets a burst of energy. His tail flicks in front of him, catching his attention. His pupils dilate as he zeroes in on his unsuspecting target. With a surprising burst of energy, he spins in a circle, chasing his tail with unabashed enthusiasm. You watch as King George tears around the small cave, his zoomies kicking in. He leaps and twirls, his movements swift and agile. It's a sight to behold, a king unburdened by his crown, reveling in the simple joy of being a cat. After a few minutes of relentless tail chasing, King George finally comes to a halt, panting but unabashedly pleased.
That's cute.
You can't help but be amused. It's a reminder that even in the face of adversity, there's always room for a little fun. Now back to the journey at hand. Will you continue your ascent up the mountains of Meow or explore the nearby woods for any resources? Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Okay, it's good that it does bring us back to the story, though. It's like, okay, that was fun. Now.
No.
Now remember what you were doing.
But yeah, so it does trim the messages. So when it starts to trim the messages, what it does is it takes the first 20 messages and the last 60, I think, or 50.
Okay.
And then only sends them. So it sort of has an idea, the entire game, it sort of has an idea of what you were asked to do in the beginning and where you currently are. So it does have a memory, although
Based Ape has been chosen.
But it might forget some of the earlier...
and set off through the mountains.
Yeah, it might forget some details, but... Well,
feeling rejuvenated
after
King George decides to try his
That's
luck
definitely
fishing
better
once
than it
more,
just
this time
forgetting
relying
what
on
it
his
started
sharp,
with.
freshly sharpened claws. He approaches the stream, his steps silent, his gaze focused on the clear water. Roll a d20 to see how successful your attempt at catching fish is.
Oh, he's got 6 legs again. Yay! A 16!
You rolled 16.
Yay! Finally. What's funny as well is one of the things I've done is I've sort of hacked the dice a little bit. So it is supposed to give you higher results more often. Unfortunately, we are just really unlucky.
With a sense of renewed
Is it
purpose,
taking into
King George
account
crouches
its
by
like
the water's
charisma
edge,
and
his
stuff?
gaze fixed on the clear, bubbling stream.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
His tail twitches in anticipation, his claws ready to strike. Suddenly, with a speed that belies his regal demeanor, his paw flashes into the water. With a roll of 16, King George's hunting prowess proves to be exceptional. He pulls out a sizable fish, its scales shimmering in the early morning light.
Nice.
It's a satisfying catch, one that promises a hearty meal for the road ahead.
Excellent.
Alright, so we've got one large fish
for
now.
his journey, King George begins the arduous trek through the mountains of Meow. The path is treacherous, the air thin, but the prospect of finding the legendary Katnip drives him forward.
Legendary Katnip.
Remember, King George, the path might be laden with unforeseen challenges. Stay sharp and use your skills wisely. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
I guess we continue.
I realized this probably too late, but how do you spell Katnip? Is it spelled correctly?
I think it's a C, but I don't suppose it really matters.
Yeah.
I'll actually just let it do your one.
Fair enough. Yeah, like Harmless Rat's suggestion was alright.
Based Ape has been chosen. Plow your way through the mountains dreaming of Katnip.
Harmless Rat's onward to march with renewed vigour, tail wagging in the air.
Yes.
With a spring in his step, King George begins his ascent through the rocky terrain of the mountains of Meow. A soft, content purr rumbles deep within his chest, resonating with the natural rhythm of his footsteps. His heart beats in anticipation of the legendary Katnip that lies ahead, and the dreams of its magical properties keep his spirit high. The mountain path is steep and treacherous, leading deeper into unknown territory. But the purring king doesn't falter.
The purring king.
His muscles strain as he climbs, but his resolve remains unshaken. Every step, every breath, every heartbeat brings him closer to his goal. Remember, King George, the adventure has just begun, and there might be dangers lurking ahead. Use your skills and intuition wisely. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
I love how Katnip has magical properties in this story.
Yeah. Katnip in US English, but for royal Katnip, it's appropriate.
Yeah, it's a fantasy adventure. You got to let your mind do some of the making up.
Had a little bit of a lag there on the stream.
Oh no.
I think it's okay now.
Is it lagging? No.
Based Ape has been chosen. What are the magical abilities of Katnip?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Just thinking about it.
The magical Katnip, a legend among the feline folk. This elusive herb is said to possess properties unlike any other, amplifying a cat's natural abilities and providing a unique sense of euphoria. When consumed, Katnip is said to enhance agility, making a cat's movements swift and precise. It bolsters strength and endurance, enabling feats that would otherwise seem impossible. Moreover, it is said to sharpen the senses, allowing cats to perceive their surroundings more acutely. But the true magic of Katnip lies in its effect on a cat's spirit. It instills a sense of joy and tranquility, providing a unique mental clarity that can help a cat become more attuned to its instincts. The legendary wild Katnip is said to possess even greater powers, its effects more potent and long-lasting. It's this legendary Katnip that you seek, King George, to restore balance to your kingdom. You continue your journey, the mountains of Meow stretching ahead. Do you wish to take the steeper path that promises a quicker journey or the easier path that will take longer? Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Which way will we go?
What do you think? Should we take the quick
Probably.
journey?
I mean, we are a cat. Well, then we could be lazy.
Should I say the quick one, you say the slow one, we'll see which one gets picked?
Sure. Take this.
Although I do feel this is probably going to be it's probably going to be down to the dice roll again.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. We take the slow and easy
Discordia
path.
3052 has been chosen. We take the slow, easy path.
I mean, we are a king. Why should we?
Yeah, we are.
Trust
We are.
ours.
Yeah. Plus, I'm sure we'll get some nice imagery.
With a nod of determination, King George decides to take the longer, more manageable path. The terrain is less demanding here, allowing him to conserve his energy for any unforeseen challenges ahead. His paw pads pad softly against the earth as he treads gently along the winding path, his eyes taking in the majestic view of the towering peaks around him. As he journeys deeper into the mountains, the air becomes thinner, the wind colder. The path weaves through dense forested areas, their shadows casting an eerie calm. His keen senses are alert for any potential threats, his body ready to respond. As night begins to fall, you must decide where to camp. Do you choose to sleep in the forested area where you have cover, or do you prefer to camp out in the open where you can see any approaching danger? Tag at 48
Alright, we're
Chronicles
camping
in the YouTube live chat with your next
Or
move.
what?
Anyone is welcome to play.
I guess we're camping again.
Campfire. There we go. With superior guys, we camp in the forested area, setting up a campfire to cook our delicious fishy.
Yeah.
Based Ape has been chosen.
Oh.
Set up a campfire and eat the large fish we caught earlier.
No, look at George.
Such a campy game today. Yeah, it wants to camp a lot today, doesn't it?
Yeah. Such a camping game.
Game's like, you will camp.
Deciding that a hearty meal is just what he needs after a long day's journey, King George sets up camp in a clearing. He gathers a few dry branches and twigs, skillfully building a small campfire. The flames crackle, casting a warm, flickering glow against the encroaching darkness. With the campfire going, King George retrieves the large fish he caught
Little
earlier.
Green Martian says cats need their naps.
He cleans and prepares the fish,
Sure.
expertly skewering it on a stick before roasting it over the
Yeah,
fire.
true.
The aroma of the cooking fish mingles with the scent of burning wood, the smell wafting through the chilly mountain air. As the fish cooks, King George takes a moment to appreciate his surroundings. The night is peaceful, the only sounds being the crackling of the fire and the distant hoot of an owl. It's a simple moment of tranquility amidst his arduous journey. After your meal, will you choose to rest by the fire or remain vigilant for any potential threats? Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
There we go. Yeah, cats need their naps. That's true.
They do.
Yeah.
Cat night vision
thing I really need
powers.
to do is actually. Sorry.
Your cat's night vision powers. What were you gonna say?
Another thing I need to do is actually get. Oh, you could chosen. I need to get like a more powerful
Discordia
computer because
3052
this
has been
game just
chosen.
drains my CPU, especially if I'm streaming as
Scratch a
well.
nearby tree to let everyone know this is my tree. With a full belly and a roaring fire for company, King George decides to leave a mark on this peaceful clearing. He saunters over to a nearby tree, its bark rough under his paws. Raising a claw, he drags it down the tree trunk, leaving a distinct set of scratch marks on the bark.
Oh,
The action feels instinctual, a primal reminder of his
human.
feline nature. His scent now lingers on the tree, a clear sign to any creature that dares to venture this way. This is King George's territory. Having asserted his claim, King George returns to the warmth of his campfire. It's been a long day, and
Little
sleep
Green Martian
beckons.
says the cat would urinate on the tree to mark it.
Will you
Says,
choose
"Oh,
to
no,
rest
no."
now, or do you
Cat
prefer
would
to stay
scratch it.
awake for a
Dog
while
would pee
longer,
on it.
keeping an eye out for any possible danger?
True.
Cat would cover
Tag at
its urine.
48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
All right.
Oh.
All right, I've got mine. There you go.
Based Ape has been chosen. Sing a song about delicious catnip and fall asleep dreaming about tripping on catnip.
This is the guy who's like, stop twerking on my streams.
Feeling content in his claimed territory, King George pulls out his lute, strumming a soft melody under the starlit sky. His voice fills the air, a rhythmic tune about the fabled catnip, its magical properties, and the joy it brings. Oh, the nip so fine, in dreams, 'tis mine, under the moon's soft shine, I see it twine. Its scent so deep, lulls me to sleep, oh, sweet catnip, for you, I leap. His song echoes through the mountains, a lullaby to the wilderness. As the melody fades, King George's eyelids grow heavy. He curls up beside the dying fire, his thoughts drifting to the legendary catnip. His dreams are filled with visions of the herb, the taste, the euphoria, the enhanced senses. It's an exhilarating thought, one that brings a purr to his lips as he falls into a deep, restful sleep. Sleep well, King George. Tomorrow is another day, another step closer to your goal. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Well, that was nice. I love how you can come up with lyrics like this as well. We did one stream where it was like a female bard, and we just had her singing everything. Like as she was doing anything, she was doing it singing. It was a lot of fun. All right, there we go.
Based Ape has been chosen.
Yeah, it's always fun to maybe come up with lyrics for things.
It does try and sing them a little bit too.
Yeah. Oh, one thing I forgot to do is tell you the name of it. It's called 48 Chronicles, by the way. It's 48 Chronicles on YouTube if you want to follow.
King George awakes.
We do like
feeling refreshed and ready for the day's journey.
It's a good job I put it in the title.
He douses the remnants of his campfire, packs his belongings, and sets off towards the Sea of Purr. The descent from the mountains is less strenuous, the path winding through lush green valleys and open plains. As he leaves the rugged terrain behind, the distant sound of crashing waves grows louder with each passing hour. By late afternoon, King George arrives at a bustling port town, the salty sea breeze tangling his fur. Ships of all shapes and sizes bob gently in the water, their flags flapping in the wind. Now, to find passage across the Sea of Purr. Will you seek out a ship's captain to negotiate passage or attempt to stow away on a ship unnoticed? Roll a d20 if you choose to persuade a captain or choose to sneak aboard if you wish to attempt being a stowaway. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
To find a box.
You rolled 11.
Oh, I didn't realize there's a dice roll.
With a roll of 11, King George strides confidently towards the docks.
Actually, I shouldn't have dice rolled. Oh, yeah, yeah.
The scent of sea salt fills his nostrils as he approaches the seafarers, his eyes scanning for a captain who might grant him passage.
That's what I was asking as well.
He spots a burly tomcat with a weathered face, his sea-green eyes reflecting years of braving the vast Sea of Purr. His ship, a sturdy-looking vessel, sways gently in the docks. Summoning his natural charisma, King George approaches the captain. He explains his quest, his voice resonating with the urgency of his mission.
I guess we're gonna ask.
The captain listens intently, his gaze assessing
I guess that made the choice for us.
After a few tense moments, the captain slowly nods. All right, King George.
AI's like,
I respect
right,
a
I've
cat
done
on a
with
mission.
your singing,
I can't promise
I'm done
smooth
with your
sailings, but my ship
fishing.
is yours for
You're
the
getting
journey.
on the goddamn boat.
With a successful persuasion, you manage to secure passage across the Sea of Purr. The next phase of your journey awaits. Prepare yourself, King George, for the sea is as unpredictable as it is vast. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Okay.
There we go. Actually wants our input this time.
There you go. Yeah, so a lot of this is actually just kind of been like AI wrangling, like trying to get the AI to do something that's consistent. It's a bit of an issue right now, but yeah.
It does seem to be coming out pretty
Discordia
well, though.
3052 has been
Yeah.
chosen.
And as they
Find a
always
nice
say,
box on the
it's,
captain's ship
this
to
is the
sit
worst
in.
it's ever going to be, right? It's only going to get better from here.
Mm-hmm.
Having secured passage across the Sea of Purr, King George boards the sturdy vessel. The deck is abuzz with activity as the sailors prepare for departure, their fur rustling in the sea breeze. As a cat, King George can't resist the allure of a good box. Scanning the deck, he spots a wooden crate, its corners invitingly sharp and its size just right. With a content purr, he hops into the box, settling comfortably within its confines. From his vantage point, he watches as the harbor fades into the distance, the ship cutting through the azure sea. His journey across the Sea of Purr has begun. Rest well, King George, for the sea can be a tumultuous place. Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Alright, we need to think like a cat. What would a cat do? Mm-hmm.
So what's the plans next with this then? What are we working on getting it to do next?
Actually, I'm still kind of looking for music as well. So I changed the music recently, as you could have like
Discordia
told. It was really like
3052
dramatic
has been
there.
chosen. Search the ship
But it's
for
like
mice.
dramatic in the wrong places. It just doesn't work. So I think I might need to either commission something for the
As the
music
ship
or
sails smoothly across the Sea of Purr,
try and
King
find like an
George
AI
decides to
solution
pass
for
the
music,
time by
maybe.
engaging in a favorite
Yeah.
pastime of his, hunting for mice. His eyes narrow as he steps lightly out of his box, his tail flicking with anticipation. The ship, filled with crates and barrels, provides plenty of hiding spots for any stowaway mice. Roll a d20 to see how successful your hunting attempt is.
Come on, 20.
oh baby.
Yes! All the mice!
You roll 20.
Rolled a 21 in Maris.
There you go. You rolled your 20. Nice. Freak out from all the water, says Red Viking. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think cats would like boats that much.
With eyes as sharp as a falcon's and a stealth that would make a shadow envious, King George moves with purpose. His ears pick up the faintest squeak, his whiskers quivering as they detect the faintest rustle. And then, with lightning-quick reflexes, he pounces. 1, 2, 3 mice are caught within minutes, their squeals of surprise unheard over the crash of the waves against the ship. With a roll of 20, King George's hunting prowess is unmatched, his skills honed to perfection. Carrying his prizes triumphantly, he returns to his box, content with the successful hunt.
Alright.
Our box now.
Yeah. So there's a few other stuff I want to do. Kind of mostly I'll be working on the back end, but I also want to make like a. I also want to. What was I about to say?
It's been a
Totally
long
forgot
day,
what I was about to
and
say.
seconds.
Oh yeah, I'm making like a combat strategy for combat, because combat can kind of go on for a while and nothing really happens and you're not really sure who's winning. So yeah, I think I want to make the combat a little bit more exciting.
Because currently combat's a little bit one way, isn't it? A bit one-sided.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I want one for the player to be attacked as well, and for there to be like I'm thinking about doing like an HP system where you start off with like 100 HP,
Take a cat
and
now
then
to pass the time.
whatever the dice rolls are is what the damage is. I actually have written it. It just isn't working. Like I said, it's just a lot of wrangling going on.
I guess
With
the
successful
AI
hunt
doesn't
behind him
actually
and the rocking
want
of the
to
ship
be
lulling him,
mean.
King George decides to take a well-earned
Yeah.
catnap. He settles back into his box, the captured mice serving as a satisfactory pillow. His eyes slowly close, the rhythmic rise and fall of the ship's hull a comforting sensation. As King George drifts into a light sleep, the sea begins to churn, the sky above darkening ominously.
Oh.
The previously mild sea breeze picks up, howling through the ship's masts. The sailors scramble, shouting orders and securing loose equipment. Suddenly, the ship is hit with a fierce storm. The vessel rocks dangerously as towering waves crash against its sides. Thunder roars overhead,
Oh,
a
Red
tumultuous
Viking
symphony
Mikey's
accompanying
way.
the flashes of lightning that illuminate the chaotic scene.
Yeah,
King George's
Red Viking
nap has
called
been
it.
rudely interrupted by a storm. With the ship being tossed helplessly in the storm, will you choose to help the sailors or find a safe spot to hunker down until the storm passes? Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live
what
chat
should
with
we
your
do?
next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Is it the rain? Oh, cat, I don't care about the sailors.
That's true.
The peasants will deal with this.
Based Ape have
Tough
been
call.
chosen.
Well,
He's a brave king, but also
Hide
a
under the
cat.
stairs.
Yeah, true. I love how the picture is like really, really like brave and fierce, but we're like, no, let's just go hide.
Sensing the danger of the situation, King George quickly decides to seek shelter. His eyes dart around the chaotic deck, finally landing on the stairs leading to the lower decks. Without wasting a moment, he darts towards them, managing to slide under the sturdy structure just as a massive wave crashes onto the deck. Under the stairs, King George finds himself relatively safe from the wrath of the storm. The tumultuous rocking of the ship and the shouting of the sailors is muffled, replaced by the steady drip of water leaking from the deck above. As the storm rages on, King George huddles within his safe spot, his tail wrapped tightly around him. The storm is fierce, but he is safe, for now. Once the storm calms down, you can explore the ship and assess the aftermath. For now, rest, King George, for the sea has tested you today.
See, the
Tag at
sailors
48
got
Chronicles
this.
in the YouTube live chat with your next move.
Yeah.
Anyone is welcome to play.
Right, peasants.
Based Ape has been chosen.
I want to see if it'll let us do
Push
it.
one of the sailors overboard, because I'm a cat and an asshole.
You gotta show dominance, you know?
Despite the current turmoil, a mischievous glint appears in King George's eyes. As a cat, his innate instincts often lean towards the chaotic, and the current situation is no exception. He spots a sailor frantically running past his hiding spot, trying to secure a loose rope. With a swift leap out from his hiding spot, King George brushes past the sailor's legs, his tail flicking just so. Caught off guard, the sailor stumbles, his foot slipping on the wet deck. Roll a d20 to see if your prank is successful.
I love how he calls it a prank, pushing someone overboard. It's a prank.
Just a prank, bro. It's just a prank, bro.
It's just a prank. It just murdered you because it's for
You
the
rolled
lols.
19.
It was funny from where I was standing, you know.
This is funny for me.
We've got 19s as well. It's brilliant.
That guy's going in the drink.
With a roll of 19, King George's prank is executed to near perfection.
Prank.
The unsuspecting sailor stumbles over George's swift figure, his shout swallowed by the roaring wind as he slips over the side of the ship.
Got you, bro.
However, the sailor manages to grab a rope at the last moment, his shout of surprise turning into a relieved laugh as he swings precariously over the churning sea. Despite his moment of fear, he seems unharmed, only a little more drenched and a lot more alert. With your prank successful and nobody seriously hurt, King George, you can now return to your hiding spot or find a new one. Remember, your actions might not always be so well received.
So yeah, like you were saying
Chronicles
with
in
the
YouTube live chat with your next
the AI wants to be
welcome
nice,
play.
I've noticed. So even if you do stuff like, oh, kill this person, it'll be like, oh, you don't want to do that, killing's bad. It's like, oh, we're playing a game, just do it.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, no, you don't want to do that. And I can understand sometimes if you're playing like a lawful character where it's like, that's not really in your alignment.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just like, that's naughty.
Yeah. The thing as well, because it used to be, I've now taken a little bit more chew through the rope. Sorry, I just realized.
Hey, Earl.
Discordia 3032 has been chosen.
Yeah, you can't force
Chew
it, I
through
guess.
the rope.
Jesus.
King George,
what
your
was that
mischievous
like?
antics are in full force today. Not satisfied with the sailor's close call, you decide to take the prank a step further.
It's just a prank, bro.
You dart over
Amazing.
the rope the sailor is gripping onto, your sharp teeth sinking into the weathered material.
Come on.
Roll a d20 to see if you manage
Come
to chew
on.
through the rope before
Nat
anyone
20.
notices.
Earl says, hello, Disco, pounds chest, ape. Oh, an 18,
Hello,
yes.
Rolled 18.
Chew the rope, chew it.
Chew through the rope. Set the sailor to see where he belongs.
Little Green Martian says, throw back to the stray stream where you tripped over the robot by running in front of it.
Yeah, that's true.
With a roll of 18, your teeth sink into the rope like a hot knife through butter. The fibers fray and snap under your persistent gnawing.
Bye-bye, sailor.
The sailor, still holding onto the rope, barely has time to realize what's happening. As the rope snaps, a surprised yowl escapes the sailor. But just as he starts to plummet towards the stormy sea, another rope swings his way.
Oh, come on, he's still not even...
With a panic
come
grasp,
on.
he manages to catch it, his fall turning into a somewhat graceful swing back onto the ship's deck.
Game!
King George, your prank was successful, but remember, these seas are treacherous and the situation is dire. It might be best to focus on survival until the storm passes.
It is survival. The less
Tag at
people that
48
need to
Chronicles in the
eat,
YouTube live chat with your
the
next
less
move.
likely I am
Anyone
to
is welcome to
starve.
play.
Yeah.
No.
Oh well. We tried to kill a sailor, it wouldn't let us.
It's like, this is not your enemy.
Yeah. I wonder if it'll let us kill a dog.
Earl says, Stray, Kitty versus the Pussycats. The robots were really cute.
Yeah. That's right, the pussy has, yeah.
Based Ape has been chosen. Fight the captain's dog to the death as it's probably his fault there is a storm.
Oh, it may be working, it might work. You might
Might
actually...
Feeling the tension
You
rising
might
on the
actually
ship and
see the,
suspecting the
combat
captain's dog of
system
causing
of
the
the-
storm, you decide to challenge the canine. The dog, a large and burly sea dog, known for his loyalty to the captain, barks at you, his teeth bared threateningly.
Fight the
The
dog.
fight is inevitable. You hiss, your tail fluffed up as you prepare to defend yourself. Your claws are sharp, your wits sharper. You know your agility gives you an advantage, but the dog is large and strong.
Yeah, there we go.
This is a fight, King George. Both you and the dog have...
Oh, So
Roll a
some of your
d20
new
to see how much
features are
damage
in
your
here.
attack does.
Ah, damn. Yeah. And it also gives it a little bit more.
A 5!
You rolled 5.
Perfect rolls on the prank.
With a swift leap, you launch yourself at the dog, claws extended. But the dog is faster than you anticipated. It jumps back, avoiding the brunt of your attack. Your claws graze him, leaving a scratch but not causing much damage. Your attack does 5 damage, leaving the dog with 95 HP.
That's interesting.
The dog retaliates, lunging at you with a
Cut
growl.
off early for some reason. Not sure.
His attack does 15 damage, leaving you with...
Leaving
Right.
us with...
Perform. Perform Laws of Fury.
I'll let you do that.
Use crossbow or twerk. Those are the suggestions you've got.
I think we might get beaten up if we twerk, because there's actually damage being done.
Twerk of doom.
Based Ape has been chosen. Perform Claws of Fury attack.
How many arms does this image have?
He's got elbows now, too. Yeah, he's kind of like, what the hell is Claws of Fury? I don't remember.
Just thinking about it.
Really thinking about it. He's
Yeah.
morphed into a Hindu god. I guess that's what Claws of Fury is.
Yeah, sometimes the prompts fail, but there's not really much I can do about that because it's not on my end, it's on ChatGPT's end, so... Come on, ChatGPT, get better.
It seems a little confused.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what Claws of Fury is, mate. I guess it will eventually decide to roll back to asking what it should do.
Possibly. Has it hit the limit? Hmm.
I don't think we've done 80 messages.
No, we're on 69.
Determined,
Nice.
you launch into your Claws of Fury attack.
Oh, there we go. Just
You bound towards the dog, claws extended, your body a whirlwind of orange fur and raw feline power. Roll a d20 to see the effectiveness of your Claws of Fury attack.
Oh, nice.
spoilers.
Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting I'm ahead.
You rolled 20.
Come on. Say the dog is HP. So have you run any streams with the new HP thing yet? Or is this the first time it's kind of cropped up?
This is
With a roll
maybe
of
the
20,
first time,
your
yeah.
Claws of Fury attack is a critical success.
Ooh, a critical
You launch
success.
yourself at the dog, claws flashing in the stormy light.
So it'll be sharpened
Your
before
attack
we
lands
left.
directly on the dog, catching it off guard. Your
yes.
impact is powerful, causing significant damage.
Yes.
Your critical
Slice
attack
it.
brings the dog's HP down to 0 instantly.
Jeez, 95 damage. That
The
might
dog
be a bit
whimpered,
OP.
shrinking back in surprise and fear. But seeing the dog's submission,
Well, the rules are-
sparing its life.
The rules of the combat system right now is if you roll
The
a
dog
20,
slinks away, tail between its legs,
you instantly
leaving the
kill
field to you.
the enemy.
Right.
And if
Okay.
you kill, and if you roll a
Congratulations,
1,
King George.
you get instantly killed yourself.
You've successfully
Right.
defended your honor and proven your strength.
So if you just get a really,
Now,
really good
it's time
roll
to
or a really
focus on
bad
surviving
roll,
the storm.
potentially end the story.
Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Bleach wants to eat the dog.
I think it wouldn't let us kill it. Again,
It's spirited,
it
yeah.
doesn't like killing things.
Make the dog into kibble. AI, you will allow me to kill something.
Yes, come on. Let us kill something. At the very least, Maureen will be happy. She's always trying to kill things.
Yeah, it seems to be a little bit of a limitation of the AI. It's like, I don't want to kill things.
3052 has been chosen.
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay, AI. It's
kibble.
just playing pretend.
Oh no, we're gonna get sued.
In the world of Dungeons and Dragons, brutal actions are often met with severe consequences.
Dungeons and Dragons? What is this
As the
AI?
Dungeon Master, I must
don't
remind
know.
you that while King George is a chaotic neutral character, his actions should still be bound by a certain code of conduct. Engaging in a fight is one thing, but unnecessary cruelty, even to a defeated opponent, does not align with the
Getting
spirit
a
of
lecture.
the game. The dog, although defeated, has yielded the fight to
So not
you,
only
and
is it not going to let us
the
kill
attack would be
things,
against
it's
the principles
well, I
of fair play.
suppose, I mean...
I'm a
After the
chaotic
fight, the wind seemed to
character.
calm a little, and the storm lessens its
Yeah,
ferocity.
true, yeah, I was thinking that. Like, we're not evil, we're neutral.
Perhaps now would be a good time to find shelter and take
But yeah,
rest, King
it
George.
has been told to, like, not allow you to do things that
Tag
are
48
outside of
Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with
your
your
character.
mates. Anyone is welcome to play.
So, I guess we just can't kill things.
It is a
Goddamn.
chaotic character, though.
I need to make the next one will be chaotic evil. And then we can kill as many people as we like.
Has to have a code of conduct. Who knew? Remind myself to rethink my code of I'll leave it when
Based Ape has been
let
chosen.
me eat the dog.
Annoy the captain while he's trying to steer the boat. Embracing his unpredictable nature, King George decides to tease the captain a bit. He leaps up onto the ship's wheel, his tail flicking playfully. If you steer to the right, King George purrs, you might avoid the big wave coming this way. The captain, a grizzled tomcat with years of seafaring experience, raises an eyebrow but says nothing. He continues to steer, his gaze fixed on the churning sea ahead. Roll a d20 to see how well you manage to annoy the captain.
So we actually want a low roll here, hopefully. Otherwise, we're gonna get hit by a wave.
I think you've annoyed
You
him.
rolled 14.
Yeah, damn. Successfully annoyed the captain.
With a roll of 14, King George's playful antics seem to work. The captain's ear twitches in annoyance as he tries to focus on steering the ship through the storm. His usually stern face breaks into a begrudging smile as he says, "All right, King George, enough of your antics. We've got a storm to weather here." Despite his annoyance, the captain's tone is light, and it's clear that your playful behavior has lightened the tense atmosphere on the ship. However, the storm is still raging, and it would be wise to find a safer spot on the ship. The storm continues to rage, and the ship rolls and bucks with each wave. Will you continue to tease the captain, or find a safe spot to hunker down until the storm passes? Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat
Alright,
with your
figured with enough time on the
Anyone is
boat.
welcome to play.
Find a safe place to hide until we get to our location. That doesn't even make sense. Destination, I was supposed to say. No. It knows what I mean.
Eat the captain by royal decree. I don't think we can eat the captain. I couldn't turn his dog into kibble.
I don't think it's going to let you kill the captain either.
It wouldn't even let us push the sailor off the side of the boat.
I mean,
We have to have
you can
words
try,
with
but I don't
AI.
think it's going to let you.
Harmless wants to do a chirpy shanty.
Discordia
Oh, that'd be good, yeah.
3052
Sing another
has been
song.
chosen. Chase the captain's tail. Emboldened by the captain's light-hearted response, King George decides to continue his playful antics. With a mischievous glint in his eyes, he pounces towards the captain's tail that flicks back and forth in concentration. The captain lets out a surprised yowl as King George's paws come into contact with his tail. George, he growls, but there's no real anger in his tone, only mild annoyance and a hint of amusement. Roll a d20 to see how well your playful chase goes.
That's a good thing, like cats.
I love how we got all the high rolls on the,
Yeah.
You rolled 15.
We're getting them all now. We started off with bad luck and it got better.
YouTube live chat.
So sometimes it's kind of like, one of the problems as well is like how fast the story moves. So I don't want to give AI too much ability to like skip through the story, because then it would skip over things and not really let you have fun. But
Based
I
Ape
also
has been
kind of
chosen.
like, how do I get it to like
Sing a
not
chirpy
allow
sea
us
shanty
to
to relax the
stay on
captain until we reach
forever,
our
basically.
destination.
We could be here for hours just doing things on the boat, and it would never, we would never reach destination.
It's a little bit of a balance. Like, how do you get the AI to keep it moving with?
Deciding to continue lifting the crew's spirits,
I think
King
that
George unsheaths
having
his
the
lute.
proper combat will help with that, because
With a soft
They
strum,
will
he begins a
just wanna
chirpy sea
twerk at
shanty,
enemies
his
if the
melodious
enemy's
voice rising
beating
above
on
the
them.
sounds of the storm.
Yeah, true.
Oh, the fur may be wet, and the sea may be wild, but in our hearts, we carry the light. With a purr and a song, we'll sail along, under the stormy night. The song resonates with the sailors, a few even joining in on the chorus. The captain, his tail still twitching from the earlier chase, can't help but let a smile crack his stern expression. He seems to relax a bit, his grip on the wheel loosening. With the mood significantly lightened, King George can finally rest, knowing he's done his part to help the crew through the storm. The boat continues to sail through the night, the sea of pearl less daunting than before. Rest well, King George.
Yeah, yell at Susan. It's not her fault.
And now stream is healthy again. Okay, yeah, definitely yell at Susan. Well, I missed that because I was busy trying to find the.
And his,
Thank
and
the
his
captain and
sailors
apologize
as
for
well,
trying
I
to kill
guess.
his dog.
I'm less sorry about
In
trying
the
to kill the
calming
sailors.
aftermath of the storm, King George approaches the captain. He offers a respectful nod, his eyes sincere. Captain, he begins, his voice carrying the weight of his apology, I must apologize for my misbehavior. I let my instincts get the best of me, and I shouldn't have attacked your dog. The captain meets his gaze, his eyes scrutinizing George. Then, slowly, he nods. Apology accepted, King George, he says, his voice gruff but not unkind. Just remember, we're all on the same side here. With your apology accepted, you can now rest until the ship reaches the mystical land beyond the Sea of Pearl.
It does seem to be you.
Bap and piss at the captain for not showing royal deference. Did we even tell him we were a king, to be fair?
I mean, we have a crown.
Based Ape has been chosen.
What
Set
is
off his fire
Susan
and magical
doing? I
Katnip
can
you've
see the
heard
stream
tales
is
of.
just like healthy, no data, healthy, no data, healthy, no data. Like, what are you doing, Susan?
As dawn breaks, the ship finally docks at a small, hidden port. King George, with a newfound resolve, disembarks and sets foot on the mythical land beyond the Sea of Pearl. The air smells different here, wild and uncharted, filled with the scent of unknown flora. He sets off into the dense forest, his senses alert. His mission is clear, to find the legendary wild Katnip, more potent and magical than any in Whiskerdom. His paws move swiftly on the forest floor, his eyes scanning the surroundings for any sign of the precious herb. Roll a d20 to determine how successful you are in your initial search for the magical Katnip.
Come on.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
You rolled 1.
I have to really try not to react to the dice rolls when I see them.
With a 1, King George's initial search for the magical Katnip proves to be quite challenging. The jungle is dense and unfamiliar, the undergrowth thick with plants he has never seen before. His keen eyes scan the
There are
surroundings,
YouTube
but
problems.
the elusive catnip
Yeah,
remains
I'm
hidden.
not sure why it's doing it.
However, King George does not let this setback deter him.
It's
He
just
knows the journey to find the catnip
cycling
won't be easy,
between,
but he is prepared to face the challenges.
excellent and no data.
Do you wish to continue your search in
Oh,
the same
weird.
area, or do you want to venture deeper into the jungle? Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
But speed test tells me that it's fine on my end. OBS is showing no problems, so I'm assuming it's YouTube receiving it.
Yeah, it might just be YouTube having issues.
Based Ape has been chosen. Sniff it out. Deciding to lean into his natural feline abilities, King George begins to sniff around, hoping the distinctive scent of catnip will reach his nose. He shuts his eyes, focusing entirely on the scents wafting around him. The rich smell of the earth beneath his paws, the scent of unfamiliar flowers, the sharp tang of wild fruits.
Alright, come on.
Roll a d20 to see how effective your sniffing attempt is in locating
Come
the
on,
magical
dice.
catnip.
Have a good night, harmless.
Yeah, good night, man. Thanks for joining.
I really hope this sorts itself out.
You rolled 15.
Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
Let's get that catnip, baby.
With a roll of 15, King George's decision to rely on his senses proves fruitful. His nose twitches as a familiar scent wafts towards him. It's faint, mingled with the other scents of the jungle, but it's there, the unmistakable aroma of catnip. Your heart pounds in your chest as you follow the scent. It leads you deeper into the jungle, to a small, hidden clearing bathed in sunlight. There it is, a small patch of wild catnip, its leaves are vibrant green under the sunlight. Congratulations, King George. You've managed to find the magical catnip, a beacon of hope for your kingdom. Now, it's time to gather the catnip and make your way back to Whiskerdom. Your mission is almost complete. But remember, the journey back can be as treacherous as the journey forth.
Yeah, we found it.
Tag at 48 Chronicles in the YouTube
Yay.
live chat with your next move. Anyone is welcome to play.
Okay. I need to do this just because Bleach Demon and Earl are here, and they'd be mad at me if I didn't do it.
Sorry, I'm just trying to fix the stream. Oh, no, apparently stream is healthy. Again. But it's still buffering. How is it healthy but still buffering? I don't know. Roll around in the
Based Ape have
catnip.
been chosen. Take all the catnip back to the palace with you. Throw a massive twerking party and get high on catnip for everyone in the palace. With the magical catnip safely secured in his pack, King George sets on his journey back to Whiskerdom. His heart is light, relief washing over him as he sails back across the Sea of Purr. Upon his return, his subjects greet him with cheers and relieved purrs, their king returning victorious. In the spirit of celebration, King George declares a kingdom-wide party. The palace buzzes with excitement, cats from all corners of the kingdom flocking to partake in the festivities. And as a special treat, King George shares the magical catnip with his subjects. The effect is immediate, intoxicating. Cats begin to twerk, their inhibitions lost to the magical herb, their purrs of contentment echoing through the palace. King George, you have successfully returned balance to your kingdom and brought joy to your subjects. The party goes into the night, the palace alive with celebration and merriment. Your journey has come to a successful end, your mission complete.
Can we execute the people who refuse
Thank you
to
for
come
your
with
bravery and determination, King George. Your tale will be told for generations to come. A story of
All right,
King's
so I guess
quest and his kingdom's
we
salvation.
finished.
us? Yay!
Yay! Yeah, there's usually like an outro as well that I play, but I won't do it because it's pretty much just chilling. So, yeah, subscribe, and if you want to play, there's also a Discord if you want to jump into Discord and chat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, I mean, if we go to your channel here, obviously we played a private one tonight, but you've got a few different ones on here.
Yeah, the schedule is usually Tuesday, Thursday, and then Sunday later, because I try to get the American audience, but there is a large time difference, so can't do that well. Yeah. Bleach wants us to imprison the council. For being cowards.
I was gonna execute them, but apparently the AI was busy celebrating.
That's what you get for being distracted by YouTube. Yeah, but I guess.
So
We could have executed them. That would have been fun.
Would have been. So you have your live streams where, like we did today, everyone can kind of tag in the chat and play.
Yeah, this one was just us playing, but anybody can play. Like I said, we do Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. and then Sunday at 9 p.m. Although the schedule does change around quite a bit, so...
That is Britbon time.
Yeah. So if you do want to subscribe, also just hit the bell notification if you want to know when we start a new game, and then you can jump in if you feel like it. Yeah, we do it on all sorts of subjects. We had a cultist last time. Then there was a little orphan girl. Samurai, pirate. So yeah, we're just going to come up with interesting. I've also improved my thumbnail game, as you can see.
Yes. After much bullying, there's been some much better thumbnails. I noticed you've also been doing like VOD versions, which seem to be shorter, so I'm guessing you're cutting out a lot of the kind of answering time in there and just telling the story.
Yes, after the live stream, I kind of realized that the live streams were painful to watch because of all the 30-second waiting. So what I did is I created on the back end a way to replay the story, so it just replays everything from the start, but cutting out all the boring parts. So there are sort of live streams that you can join and play, or if you don't want to, if you just want to listen to if you just want to listen to the story, if that's your kind of thing, then go to the videos and you have the shortened versions here. There should be another one going up soon. I probably won't have time to do it tonight, but there was a stream yesterday, so I still need to release that one. Yeah, that's it.
I was just trying to copy your Discord link, just for people that want to join on there.
Yeah, come join Discord. I'm very, very open to feedback at the minute because, it's obviously...
Well, you're still quite active in the development, aren't you? So it's still taking shape.
Yeah. People keep asking me what it is I'm making, and I'm like, I have no idea. Come tell me. What would you like to see?
Something that won't get me into trouble with copyright.
Yes, and I have to try and get it to stop saying the word Dungeons and Dragons.
It's like, not that. It's a storytelling fantasy.
Sorry, storytelling fantasy. Even Arden pointed out to me, I actually need to go through the YouTube channel and remove any mention of Dungeon Master because that's actually copyrighted by Wizards of the Coast.
Oh. Oh dear.
Yeah, so...
I guess it's more like storyteller.
I think we'll get around it by calling it a Game Master instead. So I just need to remove Dungeon Master and replace it with Game Master.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun though. What did you think about George's adventure?
It's good.
Does it seem like something George does when you're not around?
Oh, absolutely. Dungeon
Monkey.
Dungeon Monkey.
That's a good idea.
I do wish the AI would let us do not your things, because I do remember right at the very start when we were first kind of testing it with Crow, that it let us do all sorts of things. It was like, all right, I'm gonna let you do that. I might lecture you a little bit. I'm gonna not really acknowledge it in the story, but you can do it.
Yeah. I was explicitly telling it for a while that the character can kill any other character in the story at any time. But I think I might have removed it when I rewrote the combat system.
Perhaps because it was a little bit like even when we won at combat, we didn't kill, which is a bit of a shame. It would be nice to be able to kill other characters.
I really wanted to kill that sailor.
Yeah, he was rolling nat 20s.
Yeah. So it's kind of just like an ever evolving kind of thing. Like I keep adjusting the prompt to make it do different things, but yeah, it seems like I might have removed that one.
It'll get there with time. It's already very
it'll
clever.
Get there with time.
Hello, George. Here's the actual George.
Yeah, now I can hear the actual real life.
Did you get your catnip? He's like, I'm gonna sit on you. Meow. George is like, my only quest today is cuddles.
Yes.
But yeah, if anybody wants to play along, when's your next game?
We should be doing one tomorrow at 6 p.m. UK time. And then again on Sunday. So you can come play tomorrow if you like.
Come and make the character twerk.
Yeah, make the character twerk. See if you can score some more drugs. Pretty much whatever you want. I'm not steering this ship, as you can tell.
Watch we get demonetized because we were seeking drugs. Be like, you can't monetize it, for God's sake.
So I think I haven't written the character or the sort of story framework for tomorrow, but I think we might be an assassin tomorrow. I'm not sure. I need to think of something good. So if you want to come help assassinate people, join us tomorrow.
So you now give it a character. Obviously, you wrote today's character. It didn't just come up with King George, and you give it a basic goal now. Or?
Yeah. So I thought it would be kind of more interesting if like it used to just be pure AI. Like I would just tell it like, okay, go. And it would make up a story as it went along. The problem was that the stories were sometimes often really boring, or they came to like an end very quickly, or the AI didn't really seem to know what it was doing. So now I kind of thought, right, I'll have a little bit more control over it, and I'll write like a basic story. It's not even like, I know there was some discussion about not wanting to like railroad the player, so not like restricting you too much, so you can still pretty much do whatever you want. But you are kind of heading in a general direction, like you have to do whatever. It was also very repetitive as well. So the AI used to also generate a character, but every single time, or almost every single time, it would be lawful good because the AI wants to be nice. It would be either half elf or half orc for some reason. Like it would always just give me the same thing, and then even the stories as well. The stories were just like, oh, you have to go and retrieve this artifact. Every single time I played it, it asked me to go retrieve an artifact from somewhere. So I was like, okay, I need to have a little bit more control over it, over the characters and over the story. So hopefully I've found like a good balance of giving it an interesting story and interesting characters, but not like restricting gameplay too much, very much.
Fair enough. Yeah, so you have got a fair few elves at the start.
Yeah, it was pretty much all elves at the beginning.
Elves. It does like its elf. I guess the AI just likes to play a good elf.
Yeah. There's also one there. There's one there that's the character was Sirius Black. That was not me. That was randomly generated. So I actually came up with something from the Harry Potter universe. I was like, yeah, okay, why not? We'll just play this.
Please don't sue me.
Yeah, and they were just really like two-dimensional characters. It was always like, you know, some elf with boob armor who's going to go fight someday, or like a giant jacked man who's going to go fight someday.
I mean, what's the problem?
Yeah, so I thought, right, we need to have like a bit more interesting characters. We need to have a bit more interesting story. The thing is, I'm not really a writer, so if anybody wants to write a story, please let me know, because you'd be doing me a huge favor. I'm not like I really need to work on my storytelling abilities.
Yeah, you don't want to go too far into having a preset story, though. I guess more just an end goal.
And we might have like guest writers sometimes as well. Like I know I was speaking to John Wheatley, and he said he would be interested in sort of guest writing one or two episodes. So yeah, if you have an idea of what you want to play, you can pretty much make it up. This is what I said to Disco. I was like, you can literally have anybody. Who do you want? And she's like, oh, George the Cat, King George the Cat. I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
We can't not have the channel mascot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Little bit of clickbait, like, hey, King George is here.
yeah. So we literally can do like pretty much anything you can imagine. So if you want to like do a special stream or just suggest a story, let me know. That'd be you'd be helping me out a lot.
You can do that in the Discord.
Yeah, do that in the Discord. Come join the Discord and subscribe to the channel. I'm doing okay for watch hours, but subscribers seems to be hovering around low levels. And like I said, like it actually cost me a lot of money to run the APIs that generate the images and generate the story and also do the voiceovers. So I am hoping that YouTube will monetize me soon.
You probably will find a point where you get to that tipping point where it'll just start growing rapidly.
Pretty much just like getting it out there, letting people know about it, inviting people to come play, because we obviously need players. If it's just me talking to myself, then it's not as fun.
Yeah. We should harass Kib and see if he wants to do an Adventures of Chatfish.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Talk to like V and Arch and stuff like this. If they wanted to do like a joint stream, that'd be cool. They can come up with anything they want. We can do a channel. It'll be fun. But yeah, pretty much. I did all this just for fun as well. Like I didn't even really intend to release it until Maureen bullied me into it. My friend Maureen, she was like, "Yeah, no, you have to release it. You put so much work into it." I'm like, I was just going to move on and do something else with my time." But, so yeah, it would be really cool if this actually came to something that was at the very least paid for itself.
Yes, you need to let us be violent though.
Yeah, Maureen says having chaotic evil people is an improvement, yes. Yeah, because it was always just coming up with the same thing. It was always just really bland characters. And I also want to write, like I said, I'm not really a writer, but I do want to, if I am going to write stuff, I want to, actually, elves, she hates elves as well. I also want to come up with, good characters that aren't, what's her name from the, Galadriel, where it's it's an empowered woman fighting things, and there's boob armor and stuff like that. It's I was reading the second one there, the Betrayal of the Kingdom. It was she was a princess, but I wanted to make her an actual feminine princess and write a feminine story for her, rather than just she goes and beats everybody up, So I guess I'll work on it, but yeah, I'll work on the writing skills, but I'm trying to make it a bit more, just more engaging and more interesting and more fun.
Yeah, it's a work in progress though. You'll get there with it. You'll get it to where you want it to be.
Yeah.
Alright, I think probably call it there, because I haven't eaten yet.
Yeah, that's probably a good
I'm going to send the chat to Kyle, so feel free to harass Kyle, maybe about having a chatfish, a chatfish stream, or that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Send your audience. Go harass people for me. No, I'm joking.
Don't harass. Harass Kyle a little bit. It is Kyle. Yeah.
Yeah. So I probably need to go soon as well. I need to go to the shop before it closes.
All right. Have a good night, chat.
Thanks for having me on. Thanks, chat. It was always fun. Sorry you didn't get to play this time, but you got to watch us at least.
You get to play.
And the Adventures of King George. We could even do a second one if you're up for it.
Good, dude.
Send George on more adventures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good night, chat.
All right. Good night.